Hey, listen, I don't know about you, but I love basketball. Now, I'm not exactly what you'd call a 5-star recruit, maybe more like a 0.001 star recruit. But I do love to watch and play basketball. So, one thing I do every day at school is play basketball, but man, it can be cooked sometimes. First off, it's the fouling. Now, I'm not exactly innocent. Sometimes I do foul, maybe once or twice or a couple more times. But I do know that it can get real bad. If it's just a normal foul, yeah, we're happy with that as long as you're honest and the other team can just pass the ball from the baseline. But then there's stuff like pushing. Sometimes when I go for a shot, I'm getting pushed in the back or getting pushed in the back when going for a rebound. Just a whole lot of pushing. And it's the first step. It's one of the first stages to fouls getting out of hand. After that, it turns into full tackling. You got people just running for the ball, and it can get so bad. I remember one time someone got a board, and someone else grabbed the ball and were fighting for it and flung the other dude to the ground. This led to everyone saying jump ball, but eventually the other dude was on top of the other guy, and it led to a stacks on. It didn't stop till a teacher came over. It was pretty bad. There was this one time with a jump ball where I was in the jump ball, but when the ball was thrown up, I did a dirty play. I jumped up too early, so to counter it, I held down the other guy's hands so I could get the jump ball. Yeah, it was dirty, but it's school basketball. Pretty much whenever we play, we all have 26 fouls each, so it don't really matter. We always have like 100 dudes play. As soon as lunchtime hits, it's like we're dropping into a Fortnite 50v50, but we're already in the last zone. The key has like 12 bigs and is completely clogged. 15 dudes are on the perimeter, and they're all chucking up threes, and I'm one of those dudes sometimes. But there's always that one dude that just don't seem to get the... Oh, mate. But there's always that one dude that just don't seem to get the ball, who's just sits in corner and, you kind of feel bad for. Now I try to share the ball around, but as of late I've been wanting to score more, and I'm finally being guarded from three. That's mostly just this one guy who's like, boys, we can't leave Dinki open anymore. He can actually shoot now. The courts are super mid at our school, so pretty much we have 2 full courts. The sandy type of ones, the ones where like it's got all the sand and it gets all up in your shoes, and if you fall you graze your knee. Yeah, that kind of court. For each full court, one side is missing a net, and for one of the full courts, the rings are angled because of these netball poles in the way, edging it to the side, meaning that the ring isn't centered, leading me to miss because of it. Not because I'm bad or anything, it's because of the ring. There's this one guy who started this thing called the Sigma shot. The shot before we play that decides if you're a Sigma or if you're skibbity. If you get it in, you're a Sigma, but if you miss, you're skibbity. I'm probably Sigma like 100% of the time. Maybe sometimes I miss. But, that's only when I'm having an off day, man. We have this group of girls that always sit courtside, and some of the boys turn into Jordan Poole, being like, honey, see you looking at me. And then the other boys, they just hate that they're there. And then some of us, we're like, we don't really care. You can be there. Like, if you got nothing better to do, I'm one of those guys. Now, I wouldn't say I'm an alpha male because I don't get girls, but I also don't try to. But I'm not a soy boy either. Wait, but only a soy boy would say they're not a soy boy. Oh no, I have a lot to think about. We used to do 3v3s because of how many people there were, and there'd always be like There'd always be like 2 super teams, 3 mid teams, and 2 bad teams. I was always on the super team because you guys know me, I'm a bit of a baller, But I was always on super teams because the guy that I was on the team on, we always had good chemistry and we'd pick up another good player. So that led to us sort of being a bit like Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. So 3v3s didn't last very long because they were boring. Back on the super team thing, as of late, I've become one of the first picks due to that one guy that I was talking about before because we like Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, We have this other group of people in our grade that play basketball. We sort of call them the Div 3 players. Div 3, they more play for fun, whereas Div 1, we play for war. There's this group of guys in the year of both of us that get the best court, but they're older, so I guess it's fair. Whenever we play, we use my ball, which leads to me having to call all the shots, which I really don't like doing. Because, I don't want to make people upset. You know, when people say, I don't want this person to play, I'm like, oh, I don't know, I'm happy for them to play, you know. And I also hate being a captain. Not because I think I'll make people upset, but because every time I'm the captain, it seems like my team always stinks. So lunchtime basketball is pretty cooked. It can be good, but it can be bad. It can be chill. It can be like a Game 7 at NBA Finals. But one thing is for certain, it is something to do. Please subscribe.